Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another monthly intuitive read. So if you are tired of why do I always mess up? If you are tired of creating vision boards that never come true, this channel is for you. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cousins in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne and God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. God, what messages do you have for my beautiful Virgos to become the alchemist of their lives, to create change, or to just do magic in public? What do they need to know about the month of January to become the alchemist of their lives? What potential blocks, obstacles may be in the way, or what victories, manifestations may be awaiting them? If any of their ancestors, guardian angels, or beings of light would like to come in this video, know that they are more than welcome. I am a clear and open channel. Beings of light only. Alright, let's shine. Alright, make it as clean as possible. I don't know why I do that. I literally just shuffled it up. Alright, rejection. This is what your month of January going to be about. Rejection, and I should have took that card because it definitely came out in impatience. Rejection and impatience. Right away, the message that I am getting is kind of like God rejection is protection. Literally, rejection is God protection. And so this card is all about the things and the people in your life that may be neglecting you or maybe rejecting you, a fear of rejection. It could also be about you as an artist. You worry that people may not understand or get the work that you are creating, and so you don't create the things that you want to create because you are worried that people won't get it. This could also just be about you not wanting to go on maybe your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. Maybe you have been interested in doing tarot readings and get, or energy work or Reiki, and you want to get into that. But again, it's not common. You don't see a lot of people like you doing it. And so you have this fear of rejection. And right away, I'm getting that God is asking you to please rise above that. He's asking you to rise above that because underneath this, that's kind of feeding into this energy of rejection is impatience. So what I'm getting is that you are a person that wants to You are a person who wants to be seen. You are a person who have been working hard. You are a person who may be creating, and maybe you are secretly creating, but you're not putting yourself out there because you just, again, it's like that fear of rejection. And maybe you just feel like, you're waiting for this moment or this person, or I don't know, it's something like that. And God is saying that's not going to happen. It's not going to be somebody's going to come out and tell you now is the perfect time. It's never going to be the perfect time. If you want something, if you want to be an artist, or if you want to be seen as an artist, you have to put yourself out there. You have to put your work out there. Like, that is just a part of the process. Like, you have to learn to get yourself out there. That's why I'm here on YouTube, because I'm learning how to create, how to visualize, create, channel without being so tied to the results. This is also talking about for you guys that have been like on a spiritual journey. You have been working very hard on yourself. You feel like you feel like you have been in this place of rejection, in this place of isolation, and you don't understand why you're not getting your just rewards. Like, you just don't get like why it's not coming to you. And what God is saying is that everything has to happen in divine timing. Like, this is a thing about you knowing that as you being an artist, as you being even just like a living human being, like, this new age world, we can get caught up in saying that, we're the creator of our life and we create our realities. But the truth is, we're a co-creator of our lives, and we are co-creating our reality. And we have to deal with this thing called divine timing. Angel number 435. So I feel like that's what God wants you to understand, that God's rejection is God protection, and to just trust and know that you are doing exactly what you need to do, but you need to be patient and trust the process. Guys, make sure you also check out the description box below. There's always angel messages and additional guidance as well as booking information and information about honestlysis.com. My shit. All right, God, what is this message of rejection and impatience? What do my beautiful Virgos need to know about this rejection and impatience? How can they overcome their fear of rejection? How can they be patient and trust in this thing called divine timing? What do they need to know today, God? Make it as plain as possible. Undercut. God is saying that you're in a process. The reason why you're feeling, this is for my people who are feeling rejection and feeling like, isolated. You're feeling rejected, but it's really you're just in an isolation because you're being purified right now. You're going through a spiritual transformation. This is like spirit. You're learning how to communicate with God and how to cultivate your gifts. And so God is saying, as you are in this isolation, as you are learning to cultivate your gift, you're going to be in this like state of pregnancy, this state of abundance, the state of just renewal. And all of that is going to ultimately bring you in balance. It's going to bring your emotions in balance, your masculine and feminine in balance. It's going to balance your just your life in general. But you have to be willing to go through this process. You have to kind of trust the process. When I was listening to you got so much good stuff coming. When I was listening to this thing once, I can't remember exactly where it was from, but it was saying something about like when you're pregnant, like a mom doesn't get to like 4 months pregnant and be like, oh my God, what if the baby don't ever come? Like maybe, they think if I lose the baby, but it's like there's something about you needing to trust the process, whether it's a creative pursuit, a spiritual pursuit, whatever, like, you need to trust the process. All right, God, last shuffle. Make it as plain as possible. Bad bitch. Bad. Ooh, okay. I think a lot of this has to do with communication. Yeah, I feel like it's like work communication. Yeah, work communication or something like that. So, okay. The top of this reading with rejection is the King of Swords. What do you see? I don't know. For some reason, I see Issa Rae. I see a woman who is able to articulate a vision, a woman who is able to go after it, to bring that vision into life. She's not afraid to make the tough decisions. She's not afraid to cut the people off that needs to be cut off, because she ultimately knows that she is the ruler of her kingdom. And so she may have a sharp tongue, but she does that to protect her kingdom. Angel number 818. And so with this rejection in this King of Swords, like what I'm getting is that it's really like I feel like it's like two things. I do feel like there has been some things, like I do feel like you have been just cutting people off. Like I feel like it's just been a lot of like sharp communication, but it's okay. Like I feel like it's a good thing. But I also feel like this is happening because God wants you to like go on this journey. Like I'm going to stay on my thing. Like the people that has been cut off your life, like you may feel like it was unnecessary, or maybe you have second thoughts about it. But I really feel like that God is saying that you cut these people off because of where you were headed, like where you were going. And so instead of feeling rejected or feeling like maybe you cut somebody off and you thought that they were going to come back, or maybe at work, two things. So maybe you cut somebody off, you thought they were going to come back and they didn't come back. And so now you're feeling rejected. Like you thought they were going to fight for you and they didn't fight for you, and you're feeling rejected. And God is saying, no, don't feel rejected. Just know that you did the right thing. You did the right thing by standing in your power. I also feel like there's ones of you, I lost it. Okay, moving on. This Seven of Swords. This is like sneaky energy. And so I feel like what God is saying is that kind of what what I'm getting from this is like, it's like you are setting boundaries, but you're still like holding on to like the way that you know, like the sharp like you're still holding grudges. Like you're setting boundaries, but you're still holding grudges. It's also like, I feel like it's like you're setting these boundaries. You did this, like, I feel like you cut like a lot of people off, or you've just been in like this reshaping of your life phase. And I feel like you're doing that because God is trying to get you away from like sneaking and conniving energies. And I feel like God is saying is that you need to kind of like release some of this pain or like this guilt that you're feeling about doing this, because you're ultimately putting yourself in a better position. What we don't realize is that sometimes in order to get, because look, what was this? Under this was despondent. So I feel like you've been in this place of where you weren't moving, and suddenly you're realizing like, okay, I have to make a change. These people aren't right for me. So I'm cutting these things out of my life. I'm moving away from the drama. I'm creating a barrier. Yes, it's still hurting my feelings as I'm moving away, but I know that I'm honestly moving on to a new horizon. And so that's why I feel like all of this is about. It could even be a work situation to where, you know, maybe you were the type of person who will always like just be like, oh yeah, I'm free, or yes, I can do this, yes, I can take this project on. And you're finally getting to this place where you're like, no, I can't take it on. No, I can't do everything you guys are expecting of me. And maybe that makes you feel like, and maybe that made somebody feel a type of way, and you're feeling rejection from this. But God is saying, don't feel rejected, because you're standing in your power and you're doing what you feel is best for you. Continue to keep moving away from the drama. Continue to keep, you know, putting boundaries up. But I also feel like God is saying that you need to, as you're moving away from this drama, like there's also eventually, I'm surprised release isn't out there. Like there's also going to be a need for you to kind of let some of these swords go, because if you really truly want the expansion that you need, you have to communicate better. You have to do things differently. So I feel like this is more of an understanding. Like this is God wants you to understand that the boundaries that you had to set, the people that you had to walk away from, the ways that you're standing up from yourself, though it may hurt, though it may not feel good, as you are moving away from these things, all of this is necessary so you can get the expansion and get the people who are truly meant for you. Because underneath this impatience and this impatience is the Queen of Wands. So you got the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, which is the King of Swords is like a communication. The Queen of Wands is like manifestation. And so God is saying, as you, the thing is, because we're nothing but vibrational beings, what happens is when we're in negative environments, we have people who pull us down, or when we allow like the gossiping and the stuff from other people to weigh on us, then it allows us to, it weighs our ship down, it weighs us down, and you can't get expansion. And so that's why God is saying, allow those people, you know, trust the rejection, appreciate it, thank the people who are out of your life, set those boundaries, move away from the drama, focus on the expansion that you're going. Focus on honing in your intuition, because as you continue to keep standing in your power, as you continue to keep expressing your truth, then you'll be able to see your manifestations come to light. God is saying that the reason why your manifestations haven't been able to come into light is because you haven't been always speaking your truth. And so I feel like what happened was in 2020, you really were in this place of where it's like, I mean, we all were, but it's like you really got to see who your true friends were. You really cut out a lot of drama. You really like kind of got in this place where you were feeling confident and good and sure of yourself. And so as you were doing that, you also were putting up barriers and moving away from certain things. And I don't think you realized it until like the weight and the gravity of all of it hit you. And so God is just sending this message here to let you know that all of this is just a part of the process, and do not take it to heart. Continue to go on your journey, because great things are literally coming for you. All right, let's get some more cards out here. God, clarify this message of rejection, impatience. What do we need to know? What do my beautiful Libra? Are y'all with a Libra? What do my beautiful Virgos need to know about moving away from the people and the things that no longer serve them, so that they can move on to greater? How can they not take the pain of rejection to heart and to focus on where they are going? How can they release the guilt, God? The guilt and the impatience. Make it as plain as possible. One card, please. Ooh. All right. Oh, and I love, I was just saying this. Angel number 1544. My life story is a law of attraction. Each and every component that makes up your life experiences is drawn to you by the powerful law of attraction. I'm going to read that over because I'm just so excited. Excuse me. Each and every component that makes up your life experience is drawn to you by the powerful law of attraction's response to your thoughts you think and the story you tell about your life. Your money and financial aspects, your body state of wellness, clarity, flexibility, shape and size and shape, your work environment, how you are treated, work satisfaction and rewards, indeed, the very happiness of your life experience in general is all happening because of the stories that you are telling. So what was I literally saying? God is asking you to move beyond feeling like, oh, I'm so rejected. Oh, woe is me. Angel number 1650. And to know that you are the king. How you are cutting people off, the isolation that you feel, the rejection that you feel, all of this is just God protection to get you to where you ultimately need to be. He's trying to bring you to expansion. Underneath this, it says the law of attraction adds power to both my problems and my solutions. And so God is trying to get you, you're going through a renewal of the mind. You're literally completely changing the way that you are communicating, the way that you are standing up for yourself. And some people don't get it and some people don't like it, but it is not for other people to get. You are on a mission. You are focused on getting to your 10 of cups, to your 10 of pentacles. And so, And so as you are going through this month of January, what's going to happen is that I feel like there are going to be people who are going to be constantly testing your boundaries. There are going to be people who really, I'm not even going to say people, the universe is going to constantly ask you, who do you think you are? And I feel like what God is saying in every step of the way, what needs to happen is that you need to set those boundaries, move away from the drama and focus on your expansion. If you do that, you will be able to become the Queen of Pentacles. You'll be able to become the Queen of Wands, and you will be able to speed up those manifestations just a little bit faster. But remember, you are co-creating with the universe. You are not the creator of the universe, okay? And so, that's pretty much the message. I'm going to say that's pretty much the message. All right, let's ask God. So what happens? And this is why he wants you to understand this. I'm going to read this just because it's important. Angel number 1846. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you have identified that, the faster you are able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better. Because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibrational frequency from the solution, and all thoughts or vibrations are affected or managed by the law of attraction. So, oh my God, like God is literally trying. He like, look, your vision boards ain't coming true. The reason why they ain't coming true is because the thoughts you think, you do not stand up for yourself. And so God is saying, stand up for yourself, move away from the drama. Know that when people start coming at you, start testing your boundaries, when the universe rise up and ask you, who do you really are? God said, continue to pivot and move in a direction of what you want. Continue to tell your life story as you want it to be. Focus on the expansion that is heading for you. Release the need to be impatient, because everything, you are exactly where you need to be. If you do all of that, baby, you will become the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, that means more money, and it's just easily, effortlessly coming in. God's saying, release this guilt. It's just like Nip said, the circle got smaller, everybody can't go. All right, God. One final fortune. What happens to my beautiful Virgos if they allow this rejection to be their spiritual protection? What if they change their mindset and the way that they think about things? What if they approach things knowing that the problem and the solution is on two different frequencies, and they focus on the frequency of the solution and expansion? What beautiful things come for them if they release impatience? Make it as plain as possible. Nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmland, by the ocean. This will be healing and good for you. For some of you guys up north, if you can't do this because the seasons are changing, you can always look at tracks on YouTube, like some nature tracks, some chiming tracks. Friend from the friend zone introduced a fireplace app. What this is all about is because remember, God wants you to change the way that you think about yourself and change the thoughts that you're thinking. God is saying, when you find yourself just getting so caught up in the drama, or it just seems like you can't get away or you can't move away, go listen to some of those tracks, and that'll kind of help your mental chatter. At the bottom of it says surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring those to people who are searching. And I feel like that's like when you move away, new horizons, and then it's a surprise. All right. So to wrap this beautiful message up in a bow, your month of January is going to be all about you renewing your mind, you changing your mindset, you changing the way that you talk to yourself, you realizing that the problems and the solutions are on two different levels, you understanding that God's rejection is actually God's spiritual protection. Once you move away from the drama, once you set your boundaries, once you make this mental decision to pivot and turn away from things that are no longer good for you and just focus on where you are heading, everything will fall into beautiful synchronicities, and the things and the people that you thought were taken away you thought that the people were being taken away will be replaced with something so much better. But first, you have to be willing to release the drama, release the rejection, and to know that all the rejection is nothing but God's protection. All right, guys, that is all the messages I have for you. I may have fumbled that ending there, and these messages are getting long, but we gonna get it together, y'all. If you made it to the end of this message, give me your key takeaways. If not, give me your thumbs up. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Do not let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. Angel number 23. Take care.